The truth is, Burna Boy is a new cat. But the issue I have with David is categorizing him with
All right, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Z Round Table right here. Yes, your ultimate destination right here for a very beautiful journey to the pulsating heartbeat of the Nigerian entertainment industry. I'm your host. They call me Don Femi King. I'm the radio godfather, and I'm thrilled to have you join us on this sensational ride. So, from January to June, we have witnessed the rise of new stars, the triumphs of established icons, and the fusion of diverse sounds that have propelled the Nigerian music and entertainment to unprecedented heights. So here at the Z Roundtable podcast, we are dedicated to serving you the freshest, most up-to-date information and insights on all the captivating stories that shape our industry. Joining me this beautiful moment are a stellar lineup of industry insiders, passionate enthusiasts, and acclaimed experts, each armed with their unique perspectives and encyclopedic knowledge. Yes, I have right here by my left, starting from my left, I have Ikon. Ikon, would you say hi to people?
Hi, it's nice to be here again.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, you're welcome again, Ikon. And then, of course, I have Subby joining us for the very first time.
Hi, hello. Let's go.
Okay, yes, Doing too. Well, for the first time, we have a female among us. So, yes, we are happy to have you, Doing.
Hi, I feel so good to be here.
Oh, that's beautiful. And then Debola is also here too. Debola, how's it going?
fine. Hello everyone. It's good to be back again.
And then yes, one of our foremost DJs, DJ Larry Pepper, is here with us.
Hi, I'm doing this again.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we get into the discussion right away. It is of no, how do I put it right now? We all know that there has been a lot of, should I say, releases, new releases this year from January to June 2023. And then some of them have come with controversies. Some of them, some people will say, okay, this particular song, this particular sound sounds like this, the previous one. But then I could remember last year we were talking about some albums. We talked about some albums. We talked about new releases, and then we to be specific right now, the More Love Less Ego album for Wizkid. Yes, we actually said we were going to give that album some time for it to materialize, and then I think enough time has been given. So Ikon, I want to start with you. What exactly do you think has happened to this album by Wizkid, comparing it to Made in Lagos, the previous one?
Well, I think the results are there for all of us to see.
Okay.
Obviously, the impact was not the same as Made in Lagos. Just a few days ago, the Headies made their announcement for their list, and obviously you can see that it didn't make the list.
Oh.
So I think it's clear for us to see if it's a good album to stand the test of time. That's the thing. So I think impact-wise, it's not up to that level of Made in Lagos. It's a good album, nonetheless. I mean, it's Wizkid. So quality-wise, yes, I believe it's good. But impact, penetration, it didn't just get to that level of Made in Lagos. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. But then a lot of people will want to argue that yes, you can say whatever you want to say, but this guy is shutting down shows, even stadiums, halls and everything, event centers and all that. In what way can we link that success, talking about the touring success and the album success, in what way can we link it? Larry Pepper.
Well, I want to start with this first. I think Wizkid, with Made in Lagos, set a kind of standard for himself that will be so hard for even himself to beat. With More of Less Ego. That was why I think till now he can't even match his own feet by himself.
Wow.
And then those tours and everything, I think tour itself is not about what the artist is having currently. It's more like what he has taken his time to build over the years. So personality is selling the shows. That's it. Okay,
that's beautiful. Well, let's move over to let's talk about Davido's comeback into the scene. A lot of people believe that Davido left the scene due to what happened to him, at the tail end of last year, and then a lot of fans are still arguing that Davido never left because his name was always in the news. He has always been there and all that. So, coming back with this album right now, Timeless. What do you see about the album, Shubi?
The album itself is amazing. From my own point of view,
Okay.
I think this is something I've been working on for a while, and it chose the right time. I mean, not the right time, but the right time, because his son passed away, but he came back with so much energy, wanting to prove himself, and he channeled the energy from the occurrence of what happened to his son into the album, and then changed the name to what it was basically. And for me, I just think Davido's album was a banger, was a big one. Almost 5, 6, 7 songs were being replayed over and over and over and over again. And for you to create an album to have about 6, 7 songs being replayed, it has that value on its own. And it hit the market big, and we're still listening to it, right up to this point. And not every artist can actually, hit that kind of level where about 6, 7 songs in one album has that replayability factor in it. So it's a beautiful one.
Okay, so for you, it's a good one.
It is.
All right. Okay, yeah, still on Davido. Yes, let me face Debola right now. Talking about, it was at some point a few weeks ago, was just granting interviews, left, right, center, and then everybody was just wondering what was really going on. If not because of, maybe I think it was Anita Brown's, how do I put it, attack that that dropped the should I say the velocity of the interview grantings. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but then in one of those interviews he said he categorized Burna Boy, Rema, and the likes of Mayokun as new cats. What do you have to say to that?
I need to be sincere, yeah.
Okay.
The truth is, Burna Boy is a new cat, but the issue I have with David is categorizing him with the likes of Rema and
Mayokun
and co. But
okay, but you said Burna Boy is a new cat.
Yes.
What's your definition of that new cat? In relation
let me
to
put
Burna
it,
Boy.
compared to Olamide, Wiz, and Davido.
Okay.
Compared to them, because obviously those are the only artists that we can compare to Davido. To
Burna Boy.
rather.
Okay.
So compared to them, he's a new cat. There are times, should we say, okay, when they dropped their hit songs, and along the line, 10 years, should I say 15 years back, if we talk about Wiz, we talk about Davido, we talk about Olamide, but there's no way. But this fan base that we call outsider now, they all came up when he dropped the album. In fact, his fans, they're called outsider from the outside album. That's like the biggest break you ever have in his career. It's from the outside album. So he's obviously a new cat compared to, and David was trying to chase clout, and so he got what he wanted, and that's it.
Okay. Burna Boy being a new cat. Well, I could remember very well that Olamide came out 2010. Davido and Wizkid 2011. Okay, Wizkid early 2011 or even late 2010. And then because I could remember Omotoshan was what year? I think
11 or 12.
I think 11. It was 11. Yeah. And then Davido the later part of 11, and Burna Boy came out the next year. That was 2012. So I want to believe they belong to let's say the class of 012. Let's just put it that way. They all graduated, at the same time. And then one of them could call a class member a new cat, 10 or 13 years or thereabouts later. And then nobody has a problem with that.
Well, I do have a problem with that.
Okay.
I believe it's very silly banter, to be very honest. Because obviously, I don't see the reason for the whole new cat. Now, taking us back to that period, Burna was the first artist from that set to drop an album, and that album made it to Billboard Hot 100. Now this same Billboard Hot 100 now is what Rema is top of. As at that time, that was big. Life. You can check it.
Yes, sure.
Having an impact for eternity. Now I do agree that perhaps he had a break there was a period when
He was dropping songs. He was dropping songs, so you can't call it a break. He was dropping songs.
Maybe a break in appeal.
Breaking, yes, because
in appeal or acceptance.
There was the police issue.
Okay.
There was the issue in Lagos. There was the issue in Ghana. There was the issue in South Africa. So yes, perhaps during that period, he wasn't really getting much popularity from the music, but rather for the whole negative.
Was being notorious rather than being popular.
Notorious. He too accepts all these facts because he says it in the song. But then trying to downplay the year that you start, bringing all of that into new cards and putting him in the category of Rema that is a 2018 artist. I believe it's banter that we expect from beer parlors. I don't see it as banter that a registered A-list artist should be saying on an interview that big. You don't just come and downplay years of hard work, years of toil. Now, one thing I always say, if he's a new cat, he performs, as Pepe has rightly said, that touring and performance during tours is as a result of your catalog as an artist.
Yes, and
now he's performing songs from 2012 and people are singing these songs word for word. Can let Rema perform a song from 2012 or Meyokun? Where was he in 2012? Even if he wasn't blown up, if he's a new cat too, as Burna is, let me hear Meyokun's song of 2012. Let me hear people singing it. So that just to me, I believe it's very silly banter. I wasn't expecting that from Davido. Now I agree with him in one point. Yes, David was chasing clout, as we all know that David does. So I think the clout he wants
has been gotten.
But that doesn't still change anything. Burna is still a Dogu, he's still the ODG.
Oh yeah,
he should work harder.
Still the African giant.
Still the African giant.
All right. Well, still on Davido for the very last time. Yeah, this would go out to you because we all know. The should I call it challenges Davido has been facing in the past? Should I say almost 2 weeks now? Right? Yeah, talking about the baby mamas, the pregnancies, and everything. So, you as a lady right now.
Pregaton.
Okay, pregaton. So you as a lady right now, what do you think the respect that you ladies normally expect from your man? You know, in quotes now, the respect. What do you think it has? In what way has it been kept or toiled with? I don't know how to, but I want to believe you have a lot to say concerning that.
First off, I think I can't completely say I'm blaming Davido because he's a public figure. He's going to have a lot of women around him. Like, he's always going to be in the spotlight. He might have temptations and all that. But my point now is, okay, you are a public figure and then, okay, you have lots of temptations. Why can he not just respect his wife? Okay, even if he wants to cheat or anything, I mean, he can use protection rights instead of disgracing his wife everywhere. In fact, I
agree to disgracing his wife.
Okay, yes, I was about saying that. Okay, let's underline that word, disgrace.
I think wives of people like Davido know what they are in for. They are wiping their tears.
I'm not saying, I didn't say you should not cheat. I didn't say you should not cheat, and I'm not saying he doesn't.
So they are not disgraced about anything.
I'm not saying he should not cheat. I'm not saying he should not cheat.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, why is he not respecting his wife enough to use protections? Like, must you get every girl pregnant?
If he respects his wife, he won't cheat in the first place. So there's no need.
There's no point of
using protection. You're cheating. You don't need to.
He's doing it. Like, let it know that.
Half and half.
Okay.
So,
well, I think it was unavailable. He was saying that they say I carry woman, she a man where for carry.
He knew what was coming for him.
I be getting when I thought I be pastor.
Nobody's holy now.
So that's it.
Okay. Well, let's move ahead right now. Enough of Davido's talk. Okay. Talking about Afrobeat into the world right now. We would have heard it in so many analyses that Afrobeat, the one with the S, even the one without the S, started right here in Nigeria. Even though our Ghanaian or South African people may want to, or Kenyan people may want to drag that with us, that no, it's not just all for you alone. But then talking about Afrobeat into the world. For the very first time, we're having Afrobeats getting into Super Bowl halftime, getting into the NBA halftime, getting into the FIFA World Cup, final, and then of course the UEFA Champions League final. Well, Larry Pepper, let me direct this to you now.
Okay.
What exactly might should I say has propelled Afrobeat into getting into this particular sector of the industry? Because if we check it very well, the likes of D'banj, Sound Sultan, they feature people like Wyclef Jean, they feature people like Snoop Dogg, as at
T-Pain.
T-Pain, yes, as at that time, and then they actually had their own share of the international market, but then it did not go this far. What exactly has propelled Afrobeat into this particular sector? Talking about sports. Before we now talk about Rema's break into the international, that's another aspect of the growth of Afrobeat right here. Talking about MENA, the Middle East and all that. Yeah. Yes. So what exactly do you think has propelled Afrobeat into that particular corner, into that light?
I think it's just as straightforward as this. Those people from the past that you mentioned earlier,
yeah,
I think I can call them the blueprints.
Okay.
So what the artists, the younger ones in fact, are doing right now. Those ones have done all the hard work that is necessary. Ashake came to the spotlight last year. So by next month he's doing O2 Arena. It is easy to do that because some people have been struggling on that part.
Would I call that PR for Ashake from you?
No, it's just the fact. The numbers are there. The numbers are there.
Okay.
So that is just it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So anyone after Ashake now can do something similar very fast, faster than it was in the past. It took Burna Boy, I think 4 or 5 years after proper limelight to doing something like O2 Arena. Ashake is doing it under a year. So it is just a matter of the hard work for what they have done from the past. And about the international, the football and where Afrobeat is going into, I think right now Afrobeat is the meal right now. It is the current food. So it is the rave of the moment. So it's not surprising for people to want to jump on it and have them. Practically these songs that they are playing for them at their shows are in their ears every time. Calm Down by Rema is just a normal afternoon radio play song in US right now. So Burna Boy's music in Europe, Burna Boy performs in country where they don't even speak English.
Yes.
So bringing him to Champions League is very, very logical. So it is something that is expected. And then just because I think the US have long defined pop culture, or let's say everything culture. So when people from this side of the world are doing it, it looks like something that should be making headline, making news. It's just the way it's supposed to be. Just like saying Burna Boy is the first Nigerian to do something in Denmark. It wouldn't have been the same way if someone from the US is doing it. But because they have long defined the culture of almost everything, including music itself. So that's just it. It's our time.
Oh, it's our time. Okay, I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, please do.
I feel like Afrobeat has always been a beautiful sound. Our music, our African sound, our Nigerian music has always been something that the world needed to hear. But there wasn't so much attention being paid to it. We own the vibe, we own the energy compared to their kind of sound, pop, hip hop, house, whatever they vibe to. And when they saw something that could make people dance, interestingly, different from how they move diagonally, we move very flexible. They just move horizontal and vertical and diagonals. When we are dancing, we basically enjoy and move into the music.
All round.
Because there wasn't social media to give limelight to what we do. Right now, social media has placed so much attention on, oh wow, so there's a music that we could actually dance that makes so much sense. The texture of the music is so beautiful, for the body to just carry. And they're not just tapping into our music, they're tapping into our dance. In fact, it is the limelight of every single thing that is happening. If you're not
even our dressing.
Even our dressing as well. If you're not dancing Afrobeat or listening to Afrobeat, my guy, you're not in the rave right now. You're probably in the 2010s. So I just feel like social media has really placed so much limelight on we Africans, and they're like, oh wow, so this is actually very beautiful, this is the sound of African, but we need to vibe to it. And I mean, it's our culture, we're proud of it.
Okay, that's nice. Talking about Rema now doing How is Rema to you? Let me just, in one sentence.
Is he your boyfriend? Let's know.
When she's
Who is
done, I'd
Rema
like to
to
talk
you?
about that Rema.
Okay, I'm a big fan of Rema. I love
Okay,
him.
you love him, and
Yes, as a fan.
no, I don't have a problem with that. I was just trying to
As a
like.
fan, yeah.
Oh yeah, as a fan. Okay, nice. And then Rema has been doing so well. All this, should I say, for the past few months, especially after his collaboration with Selena Gomez on that same Calm Down off the album Rave and Roses. So, do you see Rema dropping something new right after Calm Down and then maintaining that
Well, I feel
That's
it's someone
momentum.
that's- Okay.
Yeah.
I feel he's someone that is capable of that, but I don't know. But I feel he can do it if he works towards it. He should be able to do it. I think so.
Okay. I could remember in Eddie's 29, was it not 2019 or 2020? I'm not sure. When he got the next rated,
It was 2020.
2020, when he said I'm the future. Yeah, I think that is actually happening right now. Rema has actually made, he has broken a lot of records, and then even the Guinness World Records already. Yeah. So, Pepe, you want to say something?
About making another song that could surpass this current Calm Down. I think sometimes when you put in the hard work and then maybe the result is showing, the result is not usually controllable. The album has blew up more than his own control right now. So putting him to do something to match it is very, very tough. Just like we mentioned earlier, what Made in Lagos did. More or less isn't doing it yet, because you can't just say, oh, this one is blowing too much, can you please stop it there? You can do something next time that will be better than it. So Rema is a product of hard work, consistency. He came with his own sound, his own vibe. He got criticized about it a lot.
Yes, a lot.
They said he's singing like Indian,
Mhm.
and then that song got to Indians.
And then it opened the market for him.
His song started getting into their official charts in India, so they were interested in him. He's been there several times to perform.
Of course, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was just staying true to his own sound and doing his own sound.
When I got to hear Dumebi for the very first time, I fell in love with him, absolutely. No cap. I don't know. I was just like, this guy. It was even the beat for me, not even his voice. I'm sorry, but it was the beat for me. And then
he said it takes a lot of confidence to say another banger on your debut song.
Yeah,
Debut song, another banger.
another banger. Like, okay, from all the bangers you've been hearing, this is another one.
So it
And
takes a lot of
then
confidence to say
and then it
it.
became a banger,
Say it.
a big hit. Okay, well, let's quickly talk about celebrities, Mr. Menos. We've had so many, occasions where we have celebrities, especially musicians, having brawls with the law enforcement agencies. Sometimes you just see a little brawl with maybe the traffic management authorities or maybe the vehicle inspector officers or something. But mostly it's always with the police. Most times, like 90% of the times, always with the police. And then the question I want to ask is it that these law enforcement officers pretend not to know who the personality is in front of them before it generates to whatever reaction that comes from, an artist will be expecting that I deserve some respect because I'm a public figure, I'm a personality. But then the policeman just comes and treats him like he would just treat any other citizen, like I don't know you and I don't want to know you. So in what way have we been able to, get to this point whereby there's no line to be drawn at all before the reaction of the artist? I do not want to believe that there has ever been any artist that just got out from his house and then just noticed a policeman and then just slaps him or jacks him up or something. You see what happened with Seun Kuti, Portable, and then we had sometimes I think Benson. Yeah, around Lekki, I could remember. Then Naira Marley, and then so on and so forth. Even Burna Boy, we had a lot of them. So, what exactly could have brought us to that particular point in time? Is it because they feel like, okay, you're on the other side enjoying, and then we are the ones suffering, doing the hard job, and then okay, it is time for us to show you who we are? What exactly could have caused that?
I think it is this way with with Nigerian police.
Okay.
I think it becomes an issue, it becomes a trend, it becomes a topic when it is happening to someone that's popular.
That is popular, okay.
This is the everyday thing. It only becomes an exception of a topic when it's happened to a celebrity or something. That is the normal lifestyle of the police here. So, and I think on the other side, the law should treat everyone equally. So before something gets to become an issue with a celebrity, the policeman approach should not be preferential. It should be like, oh, I want to handle the situation. Oh, they find out you are a celebrity, then it becomes something to treat carefully. The approach of, I think the approach from the start, that, oh, this person is offended, or maybe a traffic offender, for example, now.
Yeah.
And you find out that this person is a celebrity. That's when it becomes a topic. If it was happening to a nobody, it won't be a thing. The police most likely get away with it.
Definitely. Okay, Shubi.
There's a lot of here and there with Nigerian police, right? They are filled with drama, and depending on the person you meet, the determines the kind of shege that you would collect from policemen.
Okay.
Right. So, in terms of celebrities, there's this level of expectation, not just from police, from everybody that they demand or they expect. Let me use that word. Randomly, because they've gotten used to the fact that whenever anybody passes, this, they want to take pictures, they want to do this, they want to do that. It has shaped their mindsets to, they're that star, that icon that everybody sees them as. So for police to, they expect that same thing. And for every police where that maybe if you give in Nigeria, if you give them something, they will probably
just allow you
or allow you to go. That mindset of, so why is this guy, the end product of what you're trying to do right now is to collect something from me. The harassment you're trying to do is because you want to collect maybe 5k, 10k from me. So why are you now doing all this wahala? That I'm very capable of giving you a lot more than that. And then that's, disagreement causes counter, and then
it becomes the case of, do you know who I am?
Exactly.
And it makes the blog, particularly if it's a celebrity.
It gives them news to feed on. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Ikon.
Yeah, well, for me, I believe it's the case of what goes around comes around. If the common man cannot be treated rightly by the people who are supposed to secure his life and property, obviously it's going to get to the turn of celebrities one day. But the thing is, at the end of the day, for the common man, there's no favor being gained. But when it comes to these celebrities, sometimes they even gain more from these scandals.
Or most of the times.
Or most of the times, because
they garner a lot of support
a
and
lot of attention. Naira Marley, obviously, you cannot. There's no bad PR in this game.
Even right now, you are seeing what EFCC has helped Charlie Poppy to do.
So
free
it's
publicity.
Things like this. I don't know. Sometimes, as Nigerians, we always say anything that happens, take it in good light.
It's all about how you can control the narrative.
So it's just stuff like that it's actually a sad stuff that for a country that has zero or minimal issues of violence the way it is in the US, that our law enforcement is now actually our problem in this country. And that is very sad, because I believe Nigerians don't really care much about all these things. They just want to make money, chill, live soft life and all, especially when it comes to these celebrities. Our celebrities, I think, are one of the most peaceful in the world.
Definitely.
There's no too much violence and all. But when it now becomes that the law enforcement, who are supposed to safeguard our lives, do it to the common man, obviously one day to get to the celebrity. Now, how the celebrity chooses to use the free PR is up to him. For every Naira Marley and Portable and Charlie Poppy, there's Benson, Black Bones and Ice Prince. So it just depends on how you decide to use the publicity given to you. But that notwithstanding, Nigeria go far.
Because of our time, we may not be able to move ahead, dig deep into so many other issues that have happened, from from January to June. But then, let's quickly talk about songs, albums, and singles. We are not really, this is not a review, but I just want to know who should be called the headliner of new releases this year so far. We don't know what will happen at the end of the year. But so far, so good. I know Larry Pepper is about mentioning Ashake. But then, you too. But then, Seyi Vibes has dropped 3 different albums, right? So I'm not trying to push us into a kind of comparison. No, that's not what I'm doing. But I just feel like apart from Ashake, Seyi Vibes, Zenoliski, probably Burna Boy, a single, and then
Benson also.
Okay, Benson, yeah. Who again?
Black Bones.
Black Bones, yeah. Fireboy.
And this civil servant music. Kiss Daniel.
You keep calling Kiss Daniel a civil servant musician. I really do not know why. Okay, Larry Pepper. Okay. In fact, this is a very beautiful platform to quickly explain why you have chosen to label Kiss Daniel as a civil servant musician. Is it because of Buga or because of Abiriti like that or something? I don't know. Just let me know.
It's online, it's everywhere. That is what they call him on Twitter. They will call him CCME sometimes on Twitter, so he's like that. His
music actually appeals to those people.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like you see all those our women doing Buga, right?
They dance to it a lot.
They
like
dance to it. Yes.
Those music is what they need. You know.
Even Tinubu himself was doing Buga also.
That's all.
And he's a civil servant.
APC
primary elections, yeah.
Played it a lot.
Oh,
So that is the kind of music it is.
okay. So
he's enjoying it.
all right. That said, Kiss Daniel 2 has dropped this year. So who should we call the headliner of Afrobeats right now from January to June so far this year? Who do you feel? And then you give me a reason for thinking it is the artist. Do not forget, we still have females that we have not even mentioned. Yes. Tiwa dropped. Lade has dropped too. Then Tenny dropped, and then even with a controversy, like she was even saying that. Ira Star too. Yeah. So so who would you prefer to call the headliner this year so far?
Ashake, of course. 'Cause
Okay.
Like you said,
Numbers don't lie.
It's pretty glaring. Like
Check the
Ashake is on top.
If I'm talking about numbers, don't lie. What about the people that are on the street that don't stream songs on
Thank you.
iTunes,
or Apple
on
Music.
Spotify?
Okay.
This guy has changed my life. Thank you. I
Before
love
calm
you.
down,
blah,
so
blah.
we're literally nowhere at the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
So the song just brought her back.
Well, I think from another angle, if we're looking at it locally, that is within the Nigerian space, we can say Ashake and Seyi Vibes. But taking it outside the Nigerian space, in the global picture, I want us to see what Burna Boy is actually doing this year.
No, we are talking about January to
January to June, yeah.
Yes, all his stadium shows this year.
No, we are not talking. Are we talking about shows or just the releases? Yeah, the drops.
Sitting on the top
Sitting on top of the world.
Where is he sitting now?
Topic of conversation right now is still Ashake.
Where is he sitting now?
In Nigeria. Where is that song
I'll just
sitting?
ask you a simple question: is Nigeria a part of the world or is Nigeria out of the world?
It is a part of the world.
That's
But
the
locally, like you said,
Debola, I think I will answer your question.
That's my answer.
Talking about demography now. Talking about demography, those people that rocked to that Brandy's song in the late 90s, it is actually really, really appealing to them in Nigeria.
Telling you, it's a different demographic.
So it's just about, I think it's a demographic thing.
Yes.
Because I could remember then I was saying that Burna Boy is actually coming out gradually to let us know his childhood crush.
Yes.
He did Tony Braxton,
Exactly.
first, and then he did Brandy.
Yes.
So if you play it in the gathering of people in their maybe late 30s or 40s or 50s, definitely they will vibe to it.
Or instead
right
of
in this
letting us
country.
know his childhood crush, like he said, should he say all he does the most or what he knows how to do best is
Sample
sampling?
songs, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Allow me
I would like to.
I'm not saying it's a crime. I'm not saying it's a
No,
crime.
of course it's not.
I'm not saying it's a crime.
But let me even
I would
put
like to
something to you.
okay, yeah.
He hasn't
Go
even
first.
done enough. Check Beyonce. Check the big A-list artists from
Globally, right?
globally.
Okay.
Sampling is like an art itself in music making.
I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah, sure.
There is no way that you do music
And there will not be yes.
Your strength will come from somewhere.
Yes, exactly.
Where is your motivation?
Art inspires
from?
art.
Where did you pick
So-
this word from? Where did you get this vibe, this rhythm from?
That's it.
And you need to now.
But you
Debola,
don't
see,
sample the
now,
same song.
now you need to realize that when, especially our artists that have traveled the world,
Yeah.
when they make music now, their concentration, the areas that they think to cover when they're making this kind of music now,
Yeah.
is far go beyond where they come from.
Of course.
When I first listened to Sitting on Top of the World,
Yeah.
it was like a proper US jam to me.
Exactly.
And he has the market over there.
Yeah.
He does shows over there just like he's one of
You
them.
just feel the stadium over there too.
So it's easy for him to do
Hope
that
you know
kind
that.
of music.
Debola.
Yeah.
So
Hope
Is
you
it
know that.
is it topping the
Trouble.
Billboard chart? Sitting on top.
Well, it depends on. That's why.
It takes a while
different
for
things
songs to get to the
to
real
get
to
to
the
charts.
real charts. Yeah.
No, if he wants to actually use charts, I won't blame him for that. But I mean, you can see the crowd there. The people streaming the songs, the people that put the songs on the charts,
Yeah.
are those people that are coming for his shows.
Okay.
So you get that. I
Yeah.
mean, a Nigerian man is selling out a show in the US, first African
They're not
artist
singing
ever,
that particular song. That's the point. You
ever,
keep going back. We are
ever.
talking about this song.
I know.
So-
But he wouldn't be able to do this song if he wasn't this artist.
So is it
Okay.
doing that
Okay. I
song?
think maybe at this juncture we should just give the song some time, like we did More Love Less.
No, I
Okay,
don't.
because-
Burna
because
doesn't.
it
doesn't
I'm
need
not
the
sure.
time.
Burna
It doesn't need that time. Okay,
I mean,
okay.
He's not that
Okay.
kind of.
Okay. Just like
time.
Speedy Darling to say that it doesn't
Yeah.
need any of
He
them.
doesn't need any of
Okay,
them.
okay.
We can do without their
And-
bodies.
and
We can do
my
without
own
All right.
this year,
that's what the mode.
my own headliner
That's
should
the
be
black, yeah.
should
Okay.
be
Shout out
vibes
to
because
Black
I
too.
feel like
I'm not talking about
those
the mode.
rules that some people have, should I say, they set some particular rules
Okay.
for artists. I mean, there are times they will tell you, or like I heard, after I drop an album, you need to chill for like some months before you drop a particular. I mean, we don't have that written, but people feel like it's just normal for us to.
Yes.
Culture, yeah.
But and that's creativity for me. He came and I think he's not even following the normal rules we have on the ground.
He
He's just-
defeated the
yeah,
rules.
yeah. He's just doing his own and he's making it. That's
Seyi
it.
Vibes, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Whether
All right. Thank God we have a female, we have a lady just among us right here. Seyi Vibes, what do you see?
I'm not a fan of his music, so I can't really say much about
So Seyi Vibes a no for you.
Charlie Poppy.
it. I'm not a fan.
Okay. So it's just Ashake, right?
Yeah.
What about Odumodu?
Ashake for me still.
Ashake for you still.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So 10 million to hang out with
Yeah,
Seyi
yeah.
Vibes or Portable or Naira Marley or
Oh.
Odumodu or Charlie Poppy or Ashake. It's still Ashake.
Ashake, of course.
Oh,
and
really?
I was,
Really?
I was
Oh.
scared you were not going to mention Ashake. 'cause that means I'm losing the money.
Okay, so let's quickly talk about the rise of Odumodu. What's that line again? Ebelebe Ekelebe Stunner. Okay, yeah. I think you have something to say about it. You said what?
On your feet run.
Okay.
Well, left to me, I would say the rise of Odumodu Black is like we needed it. Nigerian hip hop needed it.
Yeah.
When
When was the last time we had someone like him?
To be honest, the last time we had someone like him, if we're going from the start,
Yeah.
is That Green.
That Green.
Yes.
Okay, but I would have
Yeah.
said Idris Abdul Karim.
Yeah, I would have said Idris Abdul Karim too,
Yeah.
because it was
I would have said
a
MI.
new fresh. a fresh of-
MI. I think MI is like a Tush version.
it's
I don't know.
exactly,
So that's why I
yeah.
didn't want to mention MI. I had to go back.
To go back, yeah, we start from Idris, the era of them, Idris Abdul Karim, Tony Tetwila,
Yeah.
the Don, and his crew that year, Tribesmen.
Yeah, Tribesman.
Then we go to That Green, Olamide,
Yeah. And
Fino from
Olamide
the
and Fino have been
Fino,
consistent.
Yeah, have been
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
Then there was the era of Olamide and Fino also entered into MI, Jesse Jacks, Ice Prince, the boys
Yeah.
from the North.
Yeah, but there was a time Olamide was saying wordplay with Jaumo.
Yeah,
Remember?
understand?
Yeah.
Street takeover.
Yeah, Street to take over.
and
Yeah.
everything. But now, what Odumodu is doing, which I really appreciate, is following the path that these guys have set.
Okay.
Now he's coming from a city that is not actually really known. The way music is now, everybody believes you are not in Lagos, you can't blow. But imagine coming from Abuja into Lagos, and trying to like bring everybody along, performing songs that are known all across the country. I mean, it's a new era of hip hop, and also it also like highlights something here. Now, the issue that one of the slight issues Nigerian hip hop has always had is we are trying to do it the American way. Now, we Nigerians here, obviously, yes, English is our lingua franca, but you don't expect us to hear the way Lil Wayne raps. You don't expect it to like get
to appeal to everybody.
To appeal to everybody. But when it's watered down, when it's broken down, pidgin, street lingua, English, and everything on our kind of beats, we have to acknowledge the fact that it uses our kind of beats. This was the formulas Latan, Naira Marley also used.
Oh yeah.
Nigerian beats, cultural beats. We can hear how Ogonigwe sounds.
And then our own, our own communication style.
Communication style.
Okay.
Swag and everything.
All right, well.
Shout out to him for that.
Yeah, shout out to
Udumodu
Black. Okay. Well, what about Charlie Poppy?
Charlie Poppy. The whole city of Benin, they are in. This is another Rema. This is another Naira Marley.
Nice.
This is everything.
Nice.
Pluto.
Nice.
That to the world now.
All right. Well, that will be the wrap. This beautiful moment right here on the Z Roundtable podcast. So special thanks to Ikon, Subby, Adedoyin, Debola, and Larry Pepe. Definitely we have to always acknowledge the fact that we have been able to make use of the facilities and equipment of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. So special thanks to the GM, that's Mr. Michael Abiodun Olaniwaju, aka Chairman Mao, and then of course the HOD Engineering Department, Engineer Lekon Abueji, and of course Raphael Abolari is also right here with us. Special thanks to everybody that has been able to be a part of this podcast. And then of course we will not forget Zaga. Yes, that's the CEO, Zaga Empire. Is the man behind the whole how do I put it right now? Yes, the chairman behind the scene. It doesn't like his name to be mentioned, but then we just have to appreciate you. Thank you so much for bringing all of us together to come and come about what we know how to do. So it is a wrap on the show, and I feel we should probably streamline this into smaller chips instead of having to wait till the end of the year before we gather again. What do you guys feel?
Of course.
100, right?
Yeah. We can be back here September or October.
Okay, we can be back here. Okay, maybe the Independence edition or something. All right, that'll be nice.
Album should be available for everybody to enjoy. Ashake will have done O2 by then.
Nice.
I don't even understand.
No, they are 5 and 6. All right, so it's a wrap. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you.